of the day. All right. Once again, welcome every single one. And today is 14th, 2022. That's February 14th, 2022. And today's training is powerful. It's an amazing one. This training, I've been cooking it. How many of you know that I've been cooking this training? I've been cooking it. In fact, it was done since the last 2 weeks. But because of, we need to do what matters at a particular time. So it wasn't proper for me to really bring up the training. All right. And let me share my screen so that I think we can appreciate it more. Okay. So, and that's it. The title is Effective Regulation or Effective Duplication. Now, duplication is key thing. Is the key thing in this business. Everybody, if you understand it, you've been in the business for a while, you should understand it. Network marketing, let me tell you what matters in network marketing in this business. This training is more important. I took my time. First of all, I attended to other things during the transition, the ED 3.0. I attended to, please, those at the back, you can hear me, right? Good. I attended to everything as required in the past weeks. All right. And I think this is the best time to bring this training out. Now, the ED 3.0 is very, very attractive. All right. And I already fear the downfall of many leaders. All right. I already envisage it because of the misunderstanding. So the ED 3.0 will drive lots of personal activities, and which is very good, very, very good. So the compensation plan is top notch. It's amazing. All right. But the fear is this: for many persons, it will lead to their downfall. Why? Because they will lose focus. They will lose the real thing they should be pursuing in this business. All right. Now, I want you to understand the point of attraction for network marketing. It is residual income. Somebody say residual income. And residual income comes from duplication. All right. The point of attraction, why you see this business connects people from different tribes, people from different background, people from different religions, people from different fields of endeavor, lawyers, baristas, doctors. In fact, they are coming in full time. They don't come in because most times it's not because of the money they're just going to make instantly. Most times what they see, except a few persons who don't understand it, what they actually see is the tendency to make stupendous. Please, those on Zoom, confirm, just write yes if you can hear me, please. Write yes on Zoom if you can hear me, please, okay? Let me be sure you can hear me. So the point of attraction, the real point of attraction is the kind of residual income that is possible in network marketing. Trust me, it's mind-blowing. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right? It's very, very stupidly crazy. That's it. So that's the reason why people can endure. The only reason why you have to endure anything you're enduring at the beginning, because the beginning of the business can be a little, maybe, tough. But why you should endure it is because it is worth it. In fact, it is even worth more than anything you can think of. Trust me. Let me give you a team with all sense of humility. My leaders will confirm this. Today's date is what? On Monday, right? 14th. I did an encashment in the last 4 days ago, or Friday, right? Friday. I did an encashment, I think, on Thursday. Between Thursday and now, I've made more than $1 million. Between Thursday and now, I've made more than $1 million, and I've made precisely over $1 million plus. But the truth is this: I've not signed in one person between Friday and now. I want to give you an idea of the possibility of the income. Between Friday and now, I've made more than $1 million already. Between Thursday, I mean to say Thursday and today, I've made more than $1 million, but I'm not signing a single person. And that's the reason why, and that's the attraction for network marketing. If I open the account, if I open the transaction history, you see it, wow, so many matching bonuses. It is those 665, not even 7,000. Those 665 is so, you see so many of it, maybe up to like 40 of it, 30 of it. When you accumulate everything, all the account, it can even reach up to 50 of it in one day. Sometimes, in fact, more than that, 50, 60 of it. 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65. In one account, you might see like 15 of it, right? But in plus other accounts, everything might run into 40, 50 of it. Now, it's duplication. Hello? it's duplication. It's not because I'm so hardworking or so smart and all that. It's not because I'm too intelligent. It's duplication. And that's the point. That's what matters most in network marketing. But it will be interesting to know that over the weekend, except some few people that understood it, I was not even feeling too well. I wasn't coming out. Some of you are trying to reach me. I wasn't even picking calls. I was fatigued. Not that I was really, no malaria, nothing. I was just fatigued. I took supplements. I needed to rest. I slept all through. In fact, especially like yesterday, I slept from morning till late afternoon. You know, I woke up. I was even still tired. I had to take a bath before I got myself. Now, but I made a lot of money yesterday. Why? Because of what? What did I say? It's duplication. You don't get such money from, what do you call it? From the normal hustle from the business and all that. No. All right. At the beginning of the business, you are meant to put in everything you've got. Put in all your might, put in everything. Put in your sweat, your blood, put everything in it and work it out. Because when you work it out, trust me, it is worth every sacrifice, every pain you go through. Every sacrifice, every headache, every blood and sweat you put in is worth it. Trust me, it is. All right. So the point of attraction is duplication. But many leaders at this point will miss the mark. That's why I came up with this training to bring our consciousness to play. Now I mentioned, if you recall, I mentioned that the key systems for prospecting or for invitation will be home launch and what? An IPI, which is true, right? Contact recommendation is also there. But I'm not saying drop contact recommendation. In fact, you should still be on it. Over the few times, I've discovered some people have even abandoned booking, daily bookings, because of, wow, man, IPI, I need to sign. Look, there's a number of people you can sign in. How many people will you sign in with? What you need more is duplication, all right? And that's why I brought up this training. And you can get effective duplication. Your duplication can be faster if you understand how to regulate. All right, that is it. So I'll teach you. I want you to pay focus to the essence of this training so that you can just get the message to the fullest. All right, as we move on, there are other things I will touch. All right, so duplication is everything. I want you to understand that we're in a business, not just for marketing. It's not a business of marketing products, street hawking. Okay, let me convince this person to sign in. I can run a good presentation and all that. These are activities, part and parcel of the business. Yes, I can present, I can do all these things. It's good, it's great if you can. All right, these are activities that facilitates the business. But the business we do is not a business of just convincing people to register. It's a business of what? It's a business of duplication. It's a business of capacity building. All right, you can duplicate when you build capacity. You can duplicate when you can really transform people's essence. You can change people's life through mentorship trainings and effective regulation. All right, effective regulation. Now, of the 3 keys, all right, there are about 4 keys or thereabout. 4 keys. I give the mastermind has not given us these 4 keys, and 4 keys to building leaders effectively or to effective discipleship. Can anybody remember? The first one is what? Pardon? Good, to educate. All right, so that's the first one. If you want to build leaders, so bear it in mind, you must learn how to educate. All right, in fact, just know education is part of the process. So that's why I tell people, when you come into this business, you are not just paying money to get product, you are paying money to be educated. Part of the reason why you pay is to be educated. You are enrolling in a what? In an institution, in a knowledge-based institution, and we have a strong knowledge culture. So don't think, oh, I just paid the money so that I can just get my product. It's my product I paid for. Let me tell you, you pay beyond product. You pay for value, and the value goes beyond the product. We're going to get product, but guess what? We also have an opportunity to understand what we do, right? And through that way, you can build capacity. There are lots of things you benefit. In fact, money is the least thing you even get in this business, right? It's one of the least achievements. It's the byproduct of even the main thing. The main thing you get, all right, is who you become in the process and the legacy you leave. Then the byproduct of it is the money you make. All right, who you become in the process. You are that man. You become that man that can handle over $1 million naira. Even if your money finishes, you have 10 million naira with you. You lost it. You can still, within a period, still raise even 10 times of that. Yes, the reason is because you didn't make that money by luck. You didn't make that money by chance. All right, there are parts of you that became, or there are parts of you that left. That's why you became reshapen and you became better, right? So of the 3 keys, the first one is, of the 4 keys, the first one is educate. The second one is what? Delegate. So delegation is part of the process. We already know. You educate your team members in any activity, in anything you want to effectively duplicate, you want to pass on. Now, in this business, it's not what works that matter. You can write this down. It is not about what works for you. That's not what matters in this business. What is it that matters? It is what duplicates for you. You can come in and tell, oh, you know, I'm an influential person. I'm a man of the people. I'm a politician. I'm a cleric. I can sign it. In fact, I have a large crowd. Have you seen most of them failing in this business?
Yes.
In fact, they fail the most.
Yes.
They are the one, and then they fail past. No, I've been in the field of sales. Even when I was working in the bank, I was in marketing. I can market even, if you even wrap excreta for me in leather, I can market it to people. Yes, I know, but they fail more here. Trust me. All right, because here in the business of network marketing, it's not about what will work for you. It might work for you, but will it work for every other person coming in? If it works for you, you might make some, some progress, some tangible success at that moment. But guess what? Over time, your success will go down because it's not about what you as an individual can do, but it's about what you can not only do, but you can pass on. And every other person can be so simple enough that every other person can at least imbibe it. So anything you are doing, all right, especially when you try to go out of the system, trust me, you need to look at it very well. Is the way I'm doing it, is this something that other people can replicate, can duplicate? So that's it. So there will be room for education, there will be room for you to delegate some activities, all right, so that you don't enter into a management trap, all right? So beyond that, apart from delegating, what else? What's the next one? Good, regulate, which brings us to the main topic. This is the main thing why we are here. All right, and it will interest you. You will start asking, why did I single out this regulation out of every other, every other one? All right, there's another one apart from regulate. What's the next one? Good, you can celebrate and appreciate. All right, so you give them the knowledge of the reason, the importance of why you want people to do this thing. Okay, it's a book. I want to duplicate the SMO checklist. I want to duplicate using the SMO checklist. Okay, this book. So I'm going to give you this book. This book helped me. This is the importance of the book, and then I give you the book. But I have to call to be sure, follow you out to be sure that you're going through, or even after you read the book, I have to be sure that you actually read it, even when you told me you read it, right? That's why I might ask questions and all that. It's all part of regulate, all right? And when you've done it, guess what? Maybe when you are done, we celebrate you, appreciate you, because anything you appreciate grows, all right? That is it. So these are the 4 keys to building effective leader. To build leaders effectively. But of these entire keys, can anybody tell me which one is most important? Which one is most important? Arguably, yes, it is regulate. Of all, the most crucial is regulating. And let me also tell you this. This is the most difficult for many people. It's supposed to be the simplest. It baffles you sometimes. It will baffle you sometimes to imagine. This should have been the simplest thing. Because it takes great pain sometimes to pass knowledge on. And it takes great pain to be able to effectively take the horse, lead the horse to the river, and even get the horse to drink water. But all you just needed to do was to regulate, to just do something simple. But many people leave it out. I'm still trying to understand why it's difficult for people, even though it's one of the simplest. In fact, it's one of the simplest. I think after celebrating and appreciating, it's the simplest. But this is what people, as much as possible, they shy away from. It's just a matter of, most times, it's just oblivion. Sometimes some people just, they are not aware of it. It's one of the simplest among the 4 keys for effective building of leaders. It's one of the simplest, but it's the one people leave out the most. And let me give you the secret today. One of the reasons why you can see lots of leaders that I know are successful in the business is because they have the understanding of how to regulate, the need to regulate and how to do it. Right, so there are lots of people who do it. In fact, some of you even grind more than me. You do more presentations, you do more, name it, you do more in terms of energy, in terms of input in this business. But I beat you in one aspect. And what is that aspect? I do a little, but I ensure I see it through. Regulation is seeing it through, following it up till. So you intended to get something done, and you started getting it done. But after some time, when you set the motion on, guess what you did? You left and you assumed that everything will go well. But there's one thing I don't assume. I see it to the very tail end. So that's what regulation is about. You see it to the tail end. You ensure that it's done and it's well done and dusted. Yeah. Yeah, please, when you put your phone here, please put it on flight mode, please. All right, or silent, please. All right. So that we don't disturb you, we don't interfere. Okay. So you get it done, you see it to the end to ensure that it's done. That's regulation. It's one of the simplest things to do, but it's one of the most neglected. So I will beat you most times. Doctor, trust me, Dr. Omar will always beat you, because if you want to beat me, let me tell you one thing you need to learn. Master regulation. In addition to what you are doing, the level of effort you are putting in your business, for those leaders that are rising, you're running lots of presentations, you're signing lots of people in. But guess what? It's like you're not coming close to me. Master regulation. Master the art of regulation. Everything will fix for you. In fact, you will be surprised the way you grow exponentially in this business. All right. So regulation is the most important one. Now let's come to regulation. What is regulation? All right. What does it mean to regulate? I was doing a check on dictionary just to check what is this meaning of regulate. All right. I got a couple of meanings. So the first one says to control. Are we following? Are we together? Please, if we're together, say hi. All right, good. So to regulate is to control, to direct according to the principle or the rule. All right, that's one definition I got. All right. So another definition and that meaning I got is to adjust. Hello. It's not. I'm not feeling you. Please, if we're together, say hi. Let me hear it loud. I hope we're paying attention, right? Please look at it. If you have writing materials, good, beautiful. All right, so write this down. Now, it says to adjust to a particular specification or requirement for accurate and proper what? Function. So what it means is, for it to function properly, you need to what? Make an adjustment. So, and this is the truth about network marketing. This definition catches regulation. So when I love this definition, this very meaning of regulation. So you are adjusting to a particular specification. Let me tell you what network marketing does. When you come into this business, Mr. Mukaila, do you know what the business does first? The business does not make you a millionaire until it has turned you to that man that is deserving of that 1 million. It will adjust you. And in adjustment, guess what it will do? It will put in some things that you were not doing before into you, that were not part of you. And then guess what it will do? There are some things that were part of you. It will remove it. There are some things that are part of you. If those things remain part of you, forget about being a millionaire. Even for the next 100 years. It's the truth. Though. There are some habits, even I myself, there are habits I had, there were things I had. Let me give you an instance of one of the things I know I had. Temperament. I was very quick to anger. All right. And that's why, and it's common with many introverted people. People, you see them, they don't associate that much. But once you touch them, and they can be very quiet, but once you touch them, they flare. So some person will like, no, me, I don't take shit. That's why I don't even have any friend. I don't take shit. If you don't take shit, then it means forget about money. Did you get it? I'm just giving you an instant. That's why I say to adjust to a particular. There is that person you must become first before you begin to hold that money. No. You know where I'm from? Who are you? You must readjust. Some persons, maybe all the job that separates them, the bridge that they just need to cross to become that man that will make $1 million, is to humble, to drop their pride, their ego. No. Sometimes that's just all you need. All right. So that's what network marketing does. It puts an adjustment, it makes you adjust. All right, adjusts you to a particular specification, makes you become something. That's why some of you, by the time you start doing this business, you're getting into this business deeper and all that. You see people around you, they start saying something has happened to this man. This man has changed. One of my team members complained to me. He said that the family they were always on him. In fact, more recently they were on him. That most times they don't even see him. He doesn't go to family meetings. Many things he stopped doing and all that. And it's becoming real somehow, and all that. All right. So guess what? The business is adjusting him to a particular specification. All right. And that is it for accurate and proper function. This is what the business does. Take it or take it. Are you learning something? Yes. Beautiful. Let's move on. It said to put or to maintain in order. All right. That's another thing, regulate. So it's another thing again which you do. And that's why you must regulate, so that you can put things in order. So it means, therefore, that Without regulation, whether you educate, you delegate, and everything, it does not guarantee that you duplicate. And it does not guarantee that you celebrate. You can educate, you can pass knowledge on, you can, delegate, give your team members, okay, go ahead, do it. I've taught you what you need to do, go and do it. It does not guarantee that that thing must be well done. The fact that you taught a person, a new of your team member, a new connector that came in, you taught him what to do, and he said, oh yes, I know it, and then you give the person, okay, go ahead and do it. The fact that you've done it does not guarantee that it will actually be done the way you want it. It's not a guarantee. All right. What will guarantee is that you see it to the end. Through what? Through regulation. Let me give you a classical scenario. I remember this scenario. This thing happened during the pandemic. All right. There was this thing that happened. Some of you, you followed up and you witnessed it, where food was disbursed, something like that, to several states or something like that during the corona pandemic, like a palliative or something, right? Good. And if you look at it from the federal perspective, didn't they delegate? Didn't they give the food out? I think they gave it, and it was in different states, Abi. Yes. But did all states share the food?
No, it's hoarded.
It was hoarded. But at the end of the day, who was blaming? They were blaming each other. The government will tell you, at the federal level, will tell you, we have done our part. Have you not been so? Yes. We have what? It means we have delegated. Exactly. So, but in their own part, they've done what? They've done their part. That's what it looks like to them, isn't it? But trust me, a lot of people hoarded it, and at the end of the day, there was breakage and everything. There was, people were even dying in the process and all that. We witnessed all these things, right? Now, what was the loophole there? The loophole was what? It's regulation. It's regulation. At the leadership level, homes are crumbling. In fact, let me tell you one of the dangers, even in marital life, even in matrimonially, family life generally. You see lots of men. You see the fact that you sent your children to school, understand it. You paid their school fees. You sent them to school. Does not guarantee that they are even going to be what? Successful. So I've spent a lot of money. I made sure I bought all the food at home. I'm a man, I'm not always around. Yes, I travel, my job takes me here and there and all that. And I bought all the food, I've paid their school fees, they're in school and all that. You turn away and you leave the children to go, they'll grow wild. Trust me. It does not guarantee that they will that they will be of upright character and everything. There is a part you must play as a father. You must what? You must regulate. So that's the reason why you see so many things happen at that level, right? So it implies, therefore, you can educate, you can delegate, you can do everything, you can provide the resources, you can do everything. It does not guarantee that your team member will become a leader or will gain full capacity and start operating independently. It does not. If you want to win this game, learn how to regulate. Learn how to see it through until it is done. I was speaking with one of my leaders, one of my upcoming leaders, and guess what? She was doing some things. Last one time I called her. I said, why this thing? He said, I've already done this, I've already given it out. I said, but look at it now. So it will look like it wasn't her fault, but it actually is to some degree. So the blame can be shared. It might not be 100% her fault, all right, because she has educated, she has delegated. But the failure on her part is that what? She has a leadership role to ensure that she sees it through to the tail end. Do we get it? Let's move on. Now, why should you regulate? Now, you should regulate because regulation itself is the key ingredient for building leaders and effective duplication, period. That's the key ingredient. Other things are important, all right? Every other thing you do is important. But trust me, the key thing, once it's missing, your business will remain work and chop. Once you don't know how to regulate, you don't know how to duplicate, your business will remain work and what? Chop. It will just be like the normal E quadrant or S quadrant, whereby once you sign people in, you make money. Once you don't sign people in, you don't make money. Period. That's how your business will remain. And for me, well, except that it's just that the compensation plan is lucrative. If not, I would have simply told you, why not just better get another job? Instead of you running network marketing without knowing how to regulate, without knowing how to build leaders. Except for now, the compensation plan is so lucrative, whereby you can sign in one person and just get 50,000. If not, it was before, I'll tell you, do what? Just get another job. Because what you still have is a job. All right. So you can start, yes, I get people in, I make some money, but as long as you are building them, trust me, you are building a huge organization. You're building a huge company. All right. The key element of success in the industrial world, can anybody tell me, in the industrial world, why many businesses are successful, even in the bank or in insurance, anywhere, name it, even in your company where you worked? Why do you think it's so successful? It's regulation. Why do you think most of the government establishments, most of those things that government is handling, that you know that is government property, why do you think it has nothing to write home about? Why? For regulation. Understand the game. You that is a businessman, sometimes you might not even be rich as rich as the government. The resources are there, everything. But trust me, not my papa property. That's the reason why someone can come to work. So when you go to this local government, that's where they work. You know, that's how many people they will kill themselves to get this government job. I hope you know. Because they are not, they know that that's the only thing that can work, that can match their laziness. You can compensate for their laziness. Yes. Maybe you've not gone, you've not seen some of them. How do they do? They go to work 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Once they just pray Zoo prayer. Normally it's supposed to be 8 to 4, but they will go late. You will go and you are waiting for them. They will come majestically. The only time they come by 8, when they hear that maybe one zonal inspector or something, one regulator, you see them that day, everybody coming early, right? That's it. So they can come 10, 11, 11:30, and once they just pray 1:30, 2 o'clock, they are gone. And the only reason why these things can happen is because of poor regulation, all right? That is it. So the key ingredient in building leaders for effectiveness, in fact, in the blueprint, if you can remember the blueprint, not this year's blueprint, last year's blueprint. Is it last year or last 2 years? One of the blueprint. He said, if you want to, and trust me, it was the statement I caught that made me brought in this level of, regulation to help the team. He said, if you want to succeed more, that was the statement of the president, the entrepreneur mentor. He said, if you want to succeed more, and you want to get the best out of the connected economy, there was something he said. Can anybody remember? Those of you industrialize. Let me tell you what the meaning of industrialize, what that industrialization means. It simply means what? Regulate to the core. In your place of work, why you go, even despite all the excuses and everything, sometimes you don't feel like going to work, but you still go, Abby? Yes, you go. You wake up, your body looks tired and you don't feel like going, you wish that you should sleep on your bed, but you still go. In fact, you don't just only go, it's raining and everything, you do everything to see that you are there early. The only reason why is because is the key thing. The key thing there is regulation. Because when you come late, guess what happens? There's some level of what? Some level of penalty attached. Some level of, something will happen. All right? And because that's how the body is designed. The body is just designed. In fact, the tendency of the body, look at it, the normal tendency of your body is to succumb to feelings, which most times is detrimental to success. That's human being. This is what I'm telling you, including me. Let me tell you what I like. Like this morning, I'm not supposed to, if I'm to give him the choice, I'm not supposed to come for this training. As long as the money can be flowing in, the manna and the quails can be falling down from heaven. What should I do? I should be sleeping on my bed, Abby. Yes. That's what my body tells me. That's what my body tells me. The feeling naturally tells me, man, this sleep never do, because I slept after 3 last night. My wife woke up twice. She woke up around, I think 12 or 1. She woke up, she came and met me. And she said, are you not done? I said, man, I just started. She left me. She left me and she went in. And guess what? She came back after 3. She said she thought that it's already daybreak. I said, no, it's not daybreak. Or maybe that means you have enjoyed the sleep. Now come and stay with me. She said, who? Me, stay with you. She ran back in. Now, what is the key thing here? The feeling naturally is for me to go and sleep, right? So the tendency for the body is to succumb to the feelings. You just want to go by what your body tells you. But trust me, you fail if you go with that, all right? It's detrimental to success. That is it. So success demands that you respond to what? You respond to what? Please, I want to encourage us. Next time when we are coming, let's be holding our notebooks. So I'm telling you, notebooks are more powerful than this video thing. Let me tell you how, let me get a little distracted. Let me just divert a little. It will interest you to know that what I'm giving you now, I don't have any, I had a few notes. I was able to get some things from it. And another thing I was able to do was, these things come just like this. It comes like this without sense of humility. Why? I have one, I'm very slow. I'm not that too fast. I'm not too fast in learning. All right. In reading, especially. I used to be very fast in reading to pass exam, but now if I read to understand, I'm not fast. I take my time. So I can spend sometimes a very long time. I can even spend up to a month. A book that would have taken 1 week to read, it might take me a month to read. But the big difference between you and I, where I will beat you, is this. You beat me, you read the book before me. But where I will beat you, I can reproduce that book severally. I can sit down and write that book. All right? Maybe not word for word, but I can reproduce most of the information in that book, even in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years, without holding that book. That's my own gift. All right? That's my own gift. So I'm very, very slow if I want to digest a book. Very, very slow, almost slow. I only fast when I just want to rephrase, I just want to skip the book. But I'm very, very slow in reading. Now, one of the things that helps me is this. And it's one of the things that makes me slow. Whenever I attend a training, or whenever I read a book, all right, at some point in time, I pause on that book. There are sometimes for the next 1 week, I won't open the book again. I can be on a page on that book, but for the next 1 week, I won't open the book. And what am I doing? I'm trying to put into practice. I just want to see it. I want to see myself doing it. When I read the book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, by who? By who? Although I don't blame most of the new connectors, you might not know this, but for the leaders, by who? John Maxwell. Now, you've read the book now. Some of you, I know some of you have not read it. Now, when I read that book, took me quite a long time to read. It took me quite a long time to read. But when I read, why it took me so much long time is because every law I read, I wanted to what? I must come and apply it on my team. I must come and apply it in my family. I must find one way, at least something, to just justify the fact that I have applied this law, and I applied all. And I did it. And that's the reason why I can tell you all the laws. I can tell you what they mean. I can even give a training now. I can start giving a training from the first one, law of the lead, to the law of every single law. I can give you a training on it. All right. I can sit down and prepare a slide on it right away without even resorting to the book. All right. Not because of anything, it's just because most times it took me a long time to finish the book, but I took my time to digest everything. So one of the things that will help you establish knowledge, write it down. All right. That is it. So when you come to Super Leadership Mondays, please come with your pen and paper, even while you record. Okay. Are we on the same page on that? Beautiful. Let's move on. So we said success demands responding to the mind, not feelings. If you respond to your feelings, all right, you will be greatly limited. In fact, you fall back greatly. All right. That is it. So your feeling just tells you to do what will not help you most times. All right. That's it. So most people are effective upon regulation. And that's the truth. Since birth to before they join network marketing. And this is the reason why people fail, in quotes, massively in the business of network marketing. Let me break this point down. Now, generally, let me tell you why we perform optimally. One of the things that happens through life. Most times what happens is simple. While we were growing up, it has always been consequence. We have been regulated through life by consequence. Remember when you were small, even some of you, I know you might not remember, I might not remember, but you can still recall now when you see other kids and even the way you do your children. Oh yeah, is there, bro? Yeah, go and brush, go and brush, go and brush. Most times they don't want to brush or they don't want to do it, but you threaten them. If you don't brush, you will not eat. And because of that, the child is forced to do what? To brush. So is that how you brush your teeth or? So there's always an or attached to it. So because of the what? The consequence, the negative consequence, people always do what they're supposed to do. So they have to what? Keep what their feelings tell them, and they will focus on doing the needful. Even while you were growing, you enter primary school, guess what your parents were doing? Very, very early, they prepared you. They prepared the kids for school and all that with the lunch box and everything. And the kids are up to school. That's because when they go, the kids go late, there's a consequence. So finally now you are no longer, they don't need to prepare you for school. You're in secondary school, for example. on your own because you know that there will be cane. Or maybe when you come late, you do frog jump from the gate to the assembly. Something like that. There's one punishment. Guess what? They say resume by 7:30. In fact, you are even there before 7:30, isn't it? That's regulation. So people perform optimally. If you give them the option, they'll come late. Now watch another thing again. Primary school, regulation. Secondary school, in fact, you read hard. You didn't like reading, but you read. You had to read because why? You didn't want to fail. Yes, the reason is because if you fail, guess what? You know how it is throughout the holiday. It will be your case. If you do anything, even if a spoon drop on the floor, maybe let's say because you failed the exam and you came out with a bad result. How many of you understand what I'm saying? Can you? You just know that throughout that holiday, you are done with. In fact, you can't even go and do anything again. Just do anything, even small thing that is not supposed to be anything significant. Maybe a spoon just fall. Why would spoon not fall? No wonder you are failing. No wonder you brought this bad result. You see, it will be a stigma all through the holiday, and you don't want that. So you are forced to read. Abi? Regulation. So all through to the university, guess what? The lecturer says if you come late, this, that. And guess what? Now you are done. You've gotten the degree. You've even gotten a job. And on the job too, for you to be effective, guess what? The bank, the company, the industry, everywhere you're working, they regulate you. They say if you come late, they reduce your salary. If you clock in late, they do this. If you come, they'll give you query. Pardon? If you leave early before work, this happens. So all those things. But finally, guess what? This man has finally joined for the first time network marketing. And this is a business. For the first time, freedom, in quotes, is offered to this man. The liberty to do whatever you like. For the first time, is given to you. Now, it's no longer anybody regulating you. It's about you now regulating yourself. For the first time, you leave it in the hands of that man. That is the reason why you have this massive freedom. I hope you know that. Now watch it. You are only here. Let me tell you the truth. You are here in this training, not because someone forced you, because you saw the need to a good extent. I know some persons, they were even forced to come. But take it or leave it. Even if you were forced to come, if you didn't come, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Can your leader beat you? Can he flog you? He can't do anything to you precisely. The only thing is this, you know what you are doing to yourself in the business. So it means even if your leader convinced you and everything, it's still a matter of your choice. You had a choice to be here. If you didn't want to come, you won't come. And trust me, nothing will happen to you. So that's why for the first time, people join an amazing business like this, where they are given freedom. The key to their own life is placed in their hand. When they were working on a job of 20,000 as a teacher, for example, where they go very early, they come by maybe late afternoon, and the salary was very meager, but they were still going. Now, guess what? 20,000 for a whole, is it 1 week? For a whole month. But now here's a business where you can sign in just one person and get 20,000 minimum. And guess what? You need to learn what to do. You can even sign in one person and get 150,000. Now it's your opportunity to learn what to do too. The freedom is now in your hand. So we have super leadership Monday. What time? 7:30. 7:30. It's too early. Oh. Will there be another one? Then next week, I don't know. I'll attend next week. Oh. One of my in quote, my leaders, I was breathing then. He's off the business now. I told him each time I invited him for training, the mastermind is training then. I was his leader and I was ahead of him in the business, making more money. Then I was not making much money, but I was making more money than him. And guess what? I was still running to attend my mentor's training, Dr. Victor's training. And I'll call him to come. You know, this weekly training, it's like Sunday service now. It's not like Sunday service. Even if I don't attend this one, next week, we can still attend it. Can you imagine that? As I speak with you, it's not even in this business anymore. It's dead in the business. And I'm not surprised. I say it's like weekly service now. It's just like, even if I don't, that means what it tells me, even his church, he doesn't take it serious. For him to even make that statement, that is like weekly service now. If you don't attend this one, you can attend next one. As if it's what they said today in church that they will say the next week. Is it one thing they are saying every week? It says like weekly service. All right, so understand it. People fail massively because of this. So if you want to help your team, if you want to build effectively and successfully, you must industrialize. Trust me, there's no other way about it. You must make this business, you must treat your business a little especially when you're building a team, you must tweak it a little, imbibe a high level of discipline, tweak it a little to be industrialized so that the people will perceive it. Create this kind of system that makes people what? Feel the need to do more. And they feel a disadvantage for not doing. Though you can't beat them, you can't force them, but make it so much that it becomes a priority. So that's how you industrialize the connected economy. And that's the essence of what we do, right? That is it. So many top leaders are successful in the business today because someone guided and regulated you. I can allow it. Trust me, you are successful today. You've achieved what you've achieved today because someone didn't let you just do whatever you like. Dr. Omar is where he is today because someone didn't allow him to do whatever he likes. I had the choice to listen to him or not, but I choose to listen. He didn't allow me to do whatever I feel like. And that's how this business is. You will succeed in this business because someone will hold you by the hand. Someone will be guiding you. When I mean hold, not all the time holding you like small kid, but what I mean by that is there's this regulation, guidance, follow up, guiding you. Sometimes you want to even patience. So that each and every one of you, if you ever achieve anything in this business, I stand to be corrected. If you ever achieve anything significant in the business of network marketing, check it very well. There is always someone that helped you make it through. There is someone that guided. In as much as you say, oh, I'm a self-made millionaire, and I lie, oh, I'm a self-made millionaire. No. The truth about it is this. There must be an element of input by someone up there. Yes, of course. Even the president of this organization, everywhere, you always have mentors, right? That is, so understand how powerful it is. And many people may love to show up, all right? That's another reason why you should regulate. Many people may love to show around, but with regulation, you make them show up. Take note of the difference. You can show around, you can show off. Showing around simply means you are showing off, all right? But showing up means you are appearing and you are doing the needful. There are a lot of your team members that may come. They will even come to the office. They are full part-timers or part full-timers, as we call them, right? They come in almost every day. And they've been in the business for long, yet they are not achieving anything. Do we have people like that? Yes. And sometimes you are worried. I'm not talking about those that are coming around, they are putting in real effort and they've not broken even yet. That's understandable. But there are some persons, they've been coming around, you always see them, they just come around. Even when they come, guess what? They have a routine. Once they come, they attend maybe the cell meeting. Once they are done, you see them, they're even catching some of your team members. They will gist 1 hour with this person, go to the next person, 30 minutes with this person, 3 hours with this person. When they finish gisting, once it's afternoon, they are off. All right. Now with regulation, guess what? You prevent them from showing off. You prevent them from just showing around. You make them show what? Up. You make them do the grind. Regulation will help you achieve that. All right. That is it. So let's move on to the next element. All right. Let's move on to the next part of it. I'm taking my time so that you understand how important this is. Right. Now, what are the key elements for effective regulation? Now, whenever there is regulation, if you see that the regulation is effective, guess what? There are 3 major elements. All right. And they are synonyms. The first one is what? Knowledge and awareness. The second one is what? Consciousness and sensitivity. The third one is what? Sense of responsibility, sense of ownership, and leadership. All right. Whenever you see anybody winning the game, the person is regulating. And whenever you see anybody regulating and is succeeding in his regulation and is regulating well, trust me, there's an element of this. Let me help you understand this. I brought out the 3 points at once because I'm going to intermingle them. The first one is knowledge and awareness. Now, you can actually, it is easy and possible, more feasible to give what you have. All right? Like, commonly we hear the same, we say you can't give what you don't have, isn't it? And that's what we commonly hear. And that's it. So you give, when you have something, you can actually give it out. So the first thing, a lot of people want to take their team members through the SMO checklist. How do you take somebody through the SMO checklist if you yourself have not done the SMO checklist? See, some of you shouted. It's not possible, isn't it? So it means the first thing, you have to become it. You have to do it. No, doctor, you know these things. Let me just. Sorry. No. I've been in. I've done lots of network marketing businesses. I have not, I'm a networker. I'm a networker. Okay. My mentor said that if you're not making up, Dr. Elijah, I heard it from me. Say, if you're not making up to 1 million naira in a month, consistently every month, maybe you enter to Comma Club, just assume you are still ignorant in this business. Because trust me, even me said that as a multi-millionaire mentor, trust me, I'm still ignorant though. That's the truth though. There's still a lot for me to learn. I'm still learning. What do you think I was doing till 3 a.m.? It was something I was researching on. Yes. You think I was just, you think it's just because I like to this? By the time I finish now, you just see me, boom, I've disappeared. What did I go to do? Is to sleep. You know that the night time is the time that my head is very cool. All the kids, everybody, all the children, they are asleep. I can think, my brain can reason very well. So I just take that advantage. So what is that? It tells you simply that what? I am still learning. In fact, learning is from cradle to grave. It's from cradle to grave. Don't see, oh, okay, I've got, no. The day you just assume you know, you are finished. That's the day you become ignorant, okay? So knowledge and awareness, you need to be, not necessarily having all knowledge, knowing everything in the business. That's an extreme. You say, doctor, I don't want to do anything in this business yet until I have known everything. Trust me, you will never know everything. That time will never come, all right? So the idea of the business is the more you learn, the more you earn. Our mentor will tell you that any day you stop learning, you stop earning. And any day you stop earning, you start dying in the business. So that's the normal tendency. When you want to quit the business, when you see people who quit the business, they stop showing up for training. They stop learning. All right, that's how they gradually work. They fall down. They quit gradually. All right. So you need knowledge. You need to understand what you're doing. You need to go through the SMO checklist. You need to listen to your mentors. You need to learn. All right. That is it. And in the process of learning, sometimes you'll be patient when you are learning. You need to be humble. One of the things that prevents people from learning is pride. Sometimes you know that this person has it and he will give it to you, but because you feel, I don't know, maybe you feel the person is, who is this person? You know. And because of that, you prevent yourself. So learn. Sometimes what prevents people from learning is not pride. Sometimes it's just sheer reluctance. All right. My mentor calls it mental what? It means you've heard it not only from me, you've heard it from me. It's called mentalism. Some persons can be like that, but please be not. All right. Learn. Learn. Find something that is convenient for you. You must not follow the same path everybody follows. All right. Some of you, maybe your challenge is, oh, I cannot read so fast and all that. Maybe you may want to try audiobooks. You may want to try downloading the book, the audio of it, and listening to it. Oh, you know, reading and all that. Find something that is convenient, but most importantly, feed yourself this information as much as possible. All right. And we heard even in the summit. Let me recap something. He said when Dr. Elijah was giving some keys. All right. He said you should outstudy, outwork, outlast. That is it. So you should even learn, you want to learn even more than other persons. You want to work even more than other persons. You want to do more, and you want to stay in. Let every other person quit. Be the last person. Right? That is it. So knowledge raises your belief. Knowledge, when you have it, you can pass it on to your team, and it helps you become more effective. All right? That is one aspect of it. So the first thing is this: be fast to go through that learning process. Be quick and be committed. Because once you have the knowledge, then it is easy. You don't even need any special knowledge to pass it on. Once you have it naturally, you can pass it down. All right? Consciousness and sensitivity, this is one aspect of it. So there are lots of people who have gone through the SMO checklist. Let me tell you how consciousness and responsibility plays here. A person can have all knowledge in this business, but will not duplicate. Why? Sometimes they are not sensitive. They are not conscious. Now, what do I mean by consciousness and sensitivity here? Do you know it is consciousness and sensitivity that makes people, you know, stay in. Sometimes you hear this, oh, there's an emergency meeting and all that. I used to have this leader, in fact, till now, but the good news is at least she's adjusting, she's getting better. Anytime, and she has done very fine in the business, but anytime there's any activity, any maybe training or any kind of business to organize, or maybe the mastermind is organizing something, if I know very well that if I don't call her, she has missed it. And that's where sensitivity, you know, she lacks that level of sensitivity. She will miss it because guess what? If you don't call her, she can stay. Look, at lack of sensitivity is what made some of you from morning till night. You only open your WhatsApp group in this business at night. Some people are looking at me. It's like I've hit you somewhere now. I just hit you somewhere. Some people will not open that WhatsApp group until they feel like. Consciousness and sensitivity tells you, for example, I'm giving an instance. Look, you open that WhatsApp group, like for leaders. I don't need, like somebody like Akandala. There are some people that I'm working. Immediately I post the message, I'll just smile. They are already, it's like as if they are, if you see they are not online, maybe they're in presentation or they're in one thing, immediately they are done. In fact, I know some, how many of you have gotten to this level? Some of you are going to those levels. Immediately you wake up in the morning, the first thing you go to is your phone.
4 a.m.
Is that true? That's sensitivity. Aja is smiling. It's like you two, you don't reach that level. That's the level of sensitivity you've imbibed. And that is why you make the million. Even if now they understand it. And guess what? People who are just standing there, huh? You mean, are you serious? Does it have to get to that extent? Yes. You want to be the first to get the message. It's not even enough to get the message. Be the first to get it. So that when you don't understand it, what you do quickly, you call. My leader, I saw one message. Oh, I don't understand this thing. Well, is it for me or is it for everybody? That's what you should do, even if you're a new connector. So, but some persons will just, the message will just be there. 3 messages unread. 20 messages unread. In fact, they will not even go to the messages that day. Before you know, it's like 200 messages unread after 3 days. Then they will just come in. This group self, man. Let's see what is happening here. Then they open. And when you are opening, when you are scrolling, do you know what happened? WhatsApp even gave you shortcuts. There's one thing I used to see by the right side. It just looked like 1 3 arrow like this. It's pointing down. WhatsApp is even telling you, make it easy for yourself. Press. And guess what you do? You will be scrolling first. You just be scrolling, doing your finger like this. Okay. And then you just, this thing is, you see the thing will be, as if the thing is not moving. You just press. Down to the last message. And the last one you saw was, let us welcome so and so to the group. And then you just start, congratulations, welcome on board. But then the next thing you hear, God, I've done it too. It doesn't help. Let me just tell you the truth. It doesn't help. You are laughing. It will not help you. It's the truth. The reason why I'm telling you is because me, I was very fond of it. So I knew that, see, when you are doing it, you are still on the stage. You just need to tell the person, grow. Please say grow. So when you grow, just leave that stage. So that you stop being the enemy of your own progress. You just stop it. Then the next thing you hear, they say, you have not your international passport. Are you not submitting it? You know, they are inter what? They are processing people that are going to Dubai. Say, it's fine. So you didn't apply, you didn't press that thing. You didn't, no, Dubai, no, you didn't read the message. No, I didn't see the message. It was not. You just be confused. At the end of the day, you said, my leader didn't tell me. Oh, you had the message. The message was there in your phone. That's it. Consciousness, sensitivity. Let me tell you the truth about this business. You see that WhatsApp group? Be the first. Be timely on it. Any message that drops, once you just go on it. Some of you know the problem. You are managing data. I told you that this business, before it will give you that million, it will first change you first. If you are that man that is offering data, you are in this business, you have not started. I'm just telling you my mind so that you will leave that realm. Let me just tell you the truth. What is the difference when you off your data and on it? And the only thing I know you are saving is battery, not data. Is it not true? Yes. Because when you off the data and you on it again, all those things that were supposed to enter, it will still enter. I don't even want to say that is the last MB, is the last song, is the last song. I'll just be looking at you. I'm just looking. I see something. Why is it that if I post message, you always be the last? You not see. And you know you are managing battery, not data. If you off your data, you off all those things. The truth about the only thing is you are managing battery. I don't see that you are managing data because it's still the same to me. The same data. Leave this data on now. Let these messages drop. Let the messages drop. If you are saving battery, okay, maybe you want to find a place to charge. You don't want it to off. That's understandable. Leave the data on. Your mobile phone is your office. Understand it. Your office in this business is not even the physical one, it's your phone. So always be in the office. When I tell you always be in the office, always be so sensitive. Be aware. When anything is happening, be aware. Am I touching somebody? The third one is responsibility, sense of responsibility, sense of ownership, right? And this thing goes together. All right. When you're sensitive, guess what? Naturally, you can become responsible because look at what happens. The sense of responsibility is just a thing of how much it's a function of your leadership. And leadership, we've done lots of trainings on leadership, so I'm not going to open the topic leadership here. I will only tell you, please refer to most of those trainings I've done. In fact, go to that channel, go and subscribe to it, all right, because I'll be posting most of those videos on leadership and all that, all right, so that you can watch a couple of them and learn more. So it's a function of your leadership. Take ownership, take responsibility. When things go wrong, don't be the one that blames. Take responsibility, accept it, and find a place where some of you just feel that I would have succeeded. Is my leader didn't help me. See, let me tell my upline didn't help me. My upline didn't help me. It doesn't help anybody in this business. There are some of my leaders who have risen to the very peak of this business without any support from their upline. Because of their seriousness, they even attracted the attention of upper leaders. Is that true? Yes. It's true. All right. So it's not about the issue of your upline. It's about what you're willing to do for yourself. Take ownership, take responsibility, all right, for your success. So these are the key elements. When you do that, you're responsible. Guess what? When you're coming for millionaire school training, you're coming for super leadership Monday, you're coming for cell meeting. Sense of responsibility tells you that you shouldn't go alone. If I take a survey, time will not permit that, all right? But if I take a survey, if you take the ratio, and I want you to imagine it and let it speak something to you, take the ratio of the people in your team, the number of people you have in your team versus the number of people that you brought into this meeting. When you take the ratio, it already tells you the level of what? Of sense of responsibility and level of what? Leadership. So how many people did you come? You're attending millionaire school training or you're attending super leadership Monday. Guess what? I've seen it. Then guess what you assume? They will see it now. I think it was posted. The way I saw it, they should also see it. They are adults. They should know what is good for them. It doesn't work. Regulation says you should call them, you should remind them. Are you learning something? Yes. Be the one that does it. And these things, it doesn't matter whether you are new or old in the business. As long as you aspire success, trust me, you want to do it. All right? That is it. Remember, the mastermind gave those keys. Those keys he said for people that will not succeed in the business. If you are just doing some certain things, just know that you can't succeed in the business. One of them, he said, selfishness, isn't it? Yes. Always bent on personal things. Anything that will not benefit you personally. No sense of responsibility. You are coming to training, only you. Now only you waka come. Only you, they waka come. You alone. You run an enterprise. Me, myself, and I. Odogu. Me, myself, and I alone. Nigeria Limited. You are the only one. You are the island of yourself. When it's time for training, you work. You are always showing up. But trust me, no regulation for you, no duplication for you, no building leaders, no residual income. But you make some money. Not that you won't make some money. You still make some money. But forget about residual income. All right? That is it. Are you learning something? Good. Let's move to the next one. Now, tips for effective regulation. Now, these are the tips. If you want to regulate properly, I want to give you some of these tips so that it will help you have them handy. Number one, take note of this. Be that leader that pulls, not just push. All right? Lead. In fact, you will push. There's need you're going to push. There are people you're going to push. But trust me, a more effective way to lead, a more effective way to regulate is to pull. The difference between pull and push, for those of you that attended the leadership summit, the one in Bahamas, all right, not the one in the stadium, the one in Bahamas. If you remember, Ambassador Vincent gave a training, all right? When he gave that training, he talked on leadership, and all that. And he gave a training and he gave the difference between push and pull. Some of you can recall that, right? Good. Now, when you line people up and they put their shoulders on one another and you are trying to push from the back, it doesn't guarantee that the way you push, that the same strength you use in pushing that person, you will use the same strength to push every other person, all right? But when you pull, guess what? You can pull a lot of people along. That's it. So be that leader that pull. What it means to pull means you are leading from the front. Don't lead from the back. Leading from the back is what many people love to do. Go and do your maintenance now, but you didn't do. Go and do your maintenance. Go and run the presentation, but you didn't run the presentation. Go and this SMO checklist is very important too. You better do it to listen to our upper line, our up line. You are pushing the person. No, I don't usually have more time. One leader met me. She's better now. She's doing great. She met me and said, "Doctor, the nature of my work. I'm a woman of many crafts. So, but these my team members, they are coming up. But I want you to be the one What is smartness? I want you to be the one to mentor them. I know if you mentor, you know what she's doing? She's pushing. She's pushing the responsibility to. I said, okay, no problem, no problem. No, we'll see to that. But what will happen is, no, you need to, it's good if you're on ground too, because you know they know you more. Blah, blah, blah. Started retweaking it. Carry your load, carry your property, go. Carry your property, go. Before you got sign up, you were finding sign up. Now sign up has come. You want to push them to me. Can you imagine? All right. Be that leader that leads from the front, not the one that will just be pushing. Some people they are like that. Do we have office in Zamfara? I have a downline there. Pretty person never see. I have a downline there. No problem. We'll sign the downline in. Oh yeah, work with the downline now. They are not mentoring my downline there where he's complaining. So somebody gave birth to child. You gave birth to child. Somebody supported you to marry. And after giving you support to get married, then you gave birth to child. You say the person must what? Since you are the one that supported me to get married, the person, did you get the logic? Are you learning something? Yes. Good. Be that leader that leads from the front, all right? Leading from the front is more effective. All right. You get more along. That's the truth. All right. So take note. Be that leader when they announce training. When they announce training, be the first. You want to be there first. All right. You want to be there first. That is it. Even before that person. When you are there, guess what? You know, when you already make up your mind, it's time for an event. We're talking about ticket. You've not even bought your ticket. I remember there was a leader of mine. He didn't buy tickets. He even up to the last. He was pushing his team member. No single person bought. Because leadership is by example. Now you have not bought. That is it. All right. So achieve and set. Another tip again for effective regulation is achieve and set the pace for your team. See, anything you want. Now look at it. Strive for achievement. Some of us play with achievement, and it's not good for us. It's not good for our business. So I had someone told me one day. He said, "Doctor, my own is not really this. It's not really this money now. I'm not really interested in all this thing. What I'm interested in is I want to really." I want to get this business right. Let me learn and all that. In as much as you are doing that, it's good. But you also need to make the money. You also need to what? To achieve. You also need to finish the SMO checklist. You need to what? Learn how to do it. If it's okay, you need to learn how to do it. If it's presentation, I want to teach my team members how to present. I should be the first to learn it. I want to hit 500,000 naira monthly. I want my team members to start making 500,000 naira monthly. Let me tell you what you just need to do. Strive to get it. You're not selfish when you try to get it. Trust me, because when you get it, when you hit it, you set the pace for your team. That's it. Someone say, no, it's not my income. I'm not worried about my income. It's not even about this leadership. I'm not really interested in this leadership title. My own is I want to build my team. Let me tell you how you build your team. Achieve. Let the game be catch me if you can. That's what you do for them. It's not that you sit down and tell them, look, what are you saying? You are not an emerging leader. You are not an unstoppable leader. You are telling them that they should come and become an unstoppable leader. You are not making anything, and you are telling them to come and make. Did you get it? The only thing that is possible there is overtaking. It's allowed, yes, it's possible. So if you are not making the money, you are not doing the needful to make the money, guess what? You are not setting, there's no room for you to set the pace. Once you hit any target, let me tell you what happens. You give your team members, your downlines, the permission to dream bigger. You give them the possibility, you let them know that, look, this thing is what? It's possible. It's possible. So guess what? The day you hit 500,000 naira, and the people in your team knows, man, in a month, hey, this our upline made 500,000. When you go to a major event, they are celebrating people. Let me tell you how it operates. You are there with maybe 3-4 of your team members. And guess what? They call somebody, wow, people that made the monthly millionaire earners, they are calling them Mr. A, Mr. B. You are busy clapping. Your team members are clapping too. You are all clapping. You are clapping. Your team members are inspired. They are so wow, wow. But let me tell you one thing that is deep hidden within them. It's a natural feeling. Anyway, it's for them. Maybe they started long ago. At least our turn, my time will come. They didn't know that their time is supposed to be now. The reason why they are saying that their time will come is because you, the offline. I'm not even close to that. Even the person that connected me, it's not. So I should not. No, when you get it, that's the feeling. It's a hidden feeling. You won't know. But guess what? When they were calling the monthly millionaire, the next thing they called, they say Mukaila. Or they called your name, they said, they just call Mr. Kamu Monsoor, they called you out. Do you know what happens? The next Mr. Idris will just, hey, wait. Check, maybe my name too. They should check that list very well. Yeah, that is it. It brings it closer home. It tells them that, look, man, this thing is close. Oh. This thing is close. Oh. Even as much as overtaking is allowed, forget it. They know that overtaking is allowed, but they don't even see themselves, but they just believe, if the person that even connected me has not even made this, I beg. Anyway, it's for those people. They see, they alienate themselves, they just isolate themselves. It is it. I'm telling you what it is. There's no this thing.
This time, sometimes when I play Chinese, I feel discouraged. But when I remember that my offline is working with that,
good. And the two command club member.
I knew that the next person will be.
Did you get it?
That was what kept me going.
Can you imagine that? What kept him going was because he felt discouraged, but when he saw that his upline, at least when they called Dr. Umar, you see, he's our leader, we like him, we love him. But you know, Dr. Umar, you don't go far, no. That's what your team members feel. But when they call your name, Abubakar, hey, the fire is more. So you need to understand. So it's a great tip. Achieve it. Strive to achieve it. Whatever it takes, get it done. Because once you get it done, you give them the permission to dream. Permission to dream bigger. That's just it. All right. So understand. Another effective tip is this: become that. Just in a nutshell, become that which you wish to duplicate. All right. Become that which you wish to duplicate, so that you can regulate effectively. Because everything, and I want you to understand this. In fact, make sure you write this one down. Everything does what? Everything does what? Anything and everything you do in this business is a legacy. You're already writing your legacy. Trust me, everything duplicate, whether you like it or yes. That's how the business is designed. There's nothing like, okay, I can do some things, get away with it, and then my team will follow the right way. Is it like if you are fond of doing certain things, they just naturally copy you. They don't even need to be there when you are doing it. It just flows. It duplicates naturally. Monkey see, monkey do. In fact, it's even bad that sometimes they even do the one that they don't see. It just manifests. You laugh over it, but I'm telling you the truth. This thing I'm telling you is you understand? Core experience. More than 3 years, this is something I can tell you. Go and check those leaders that don't have integrity. Go and check those leaders that, you know, they are disloyal. Go and check anybody that is disloyal to his upline. Even if he's disloyal when the downlines are not there, check it very well. They battle with loyalty of their team. Anything you do. So that's why sometimes there are some things you do not for yourself. You only do it just to what? To even save your team. It's not about you. You might have a young person, oh, maybe this person is mentoring you, this person is teaching you, or something like that. You might choose not to be loyal, but trust me, it will affect your business. So sometimes it is even better for me. Let me do this thing, even if it's for sightseeing. Let me get it done. All right. So there are things that duplicate your loyalty. How do you behave to your upline? Your integrity. All right. How do you behave when it comes to your work ethics? Some people just want, if I ask this question, how many of you would like to have like Dr. Umar on your left, Dr. Victor on your right? How many of you would like to have something? Angama. You like Dr. Umar on your left, then Dr. Victor on your right. Let me tell you something you need to duplicate. You didn't know that you can even be better than Dr. Umar. In fact, let me tell you the truth. All you need to do, right, is be the Dr. Umar. You be the person that does it. Do the work. Have this good work ethics, have result orientation, have this productivity mindset. Trust me, it will flow in your team. That's how you lead from front. All right, that is it. Now, what are the major tools for effective regulation, for effective duplication, and to get residual income? There are two. Now, the first one is what? Good. Take note. The next one is what? Please, let's call it. The next one is what? Worksheet. Worksheet. On worksheet, you can talk about the 4-4 worksheet, the 5-5 worksheet, the 8-8 worksheet. All right. Now, you don't do 6-6 worksheets so that people will not think it's Antichrist. Okay. Some of you don't know the worksheet. Does anybody have a picture of it? Please, leaders, learn to start using this thing, please, so that who has the SMO checklist here? Anytime they give you the SMO checklist, they always give you 2 papers, isn't it? All right, that 2 paper, the second one, let me see. There's the second one, there's a second paper, right? That one is the worksheet. Please let me just display so that others can see. All right, this is an example of a worksheet. Can you see that? Many of you still don't know the use. Please, leaders, imbibe please imbibe this thing, start using it. All right, a couple of you are already using it. All right, when they're going through the SMO, they get a sign up, teach them how to fill it, how to record on the worksheet. All right, it's good. All right, because it will help them duplicate. The idea here is, okay, you connect your first connectors, each of those connectors, you put down their name in these boxes and you monitor their connections. Take, for example, I connect 8 persons. All right, when I connect 8 persons, Mr. A is number 1, Mr. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is Mr. 1, Mr. 2, Mr. 3, Mr. 4. I ensure that I'm able to help that person. I have a sense of helping Mr. 1 to also achieve his own 8. Number 2, we have a goal to achieve his own 8. You see, it gives you a sense of responsibility because I know I want to help Mr. 1, Mr. B, Mr. C achieve their own 8. Whenever I'm going for any training, whenever I want to do an activity, I will naturally carry them along. That's the power of the worksheet. All right. So thank you very much. You can pass it back. All right. So worksheet is one of the. The next one is what? Cell meeting. Please attend cell meetings. Even if you're part-time in this business, join on Zoom. All right. That is it. But I wonder why you should be doing this business part-time with the new plan. Then the next one is what? DMO simply means your daily method of operation. All right. Please stick to it. All right. Try as much as possible to have a clear-cut daily method of operation, which you don't compromise. The normal daily method of operation, you wake up in the morning, you do your prayers, you come for your maybe cell meetings, let's say during the weekdays. After the cell meetings, what next? Activities are allocated, isn't it? You go into what? Bookings. You do your invitation, book. In fact, let me give you an advice in this DMO. Don't leave booking. Book for your team. Book for your downlines. As much, it's better if you have 3 hours. Let's say you're going to start your invitation from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, maybe 4 hours. Use 2 hours to do your booking, 2 hours to do your IPI. Split it. Don't do all IPI all through because there's a minimum number of people you cannot do. There's a limit to what you can duplicate in IPI. That's the truth. But booking can duplicate even more than the IPI. So no matter how, it's better you split it. Have your 2 hours, half of 50% of your time, or even more for booking, and then a couple of times for what? For IPI. After that, you do follow-up, you do revisit of contacts and all that things, you do your daily method of operation. At the end of the day, you submit reports if you're in challenge 36, right? The next one is what? Script. The next one is what? Have a notebook. Have a notebook. You can imagine where we get degree. We go to get degree and you buy lots of books, lots of notes, lots of handouts. Then you are coming to a school where you make 1 million naira in a month. You're hoping to make 1 million and you don't have one notebook. Haba now. Did you get it? All right. So have a diary, have a notebook where you document the trainings and everything. All right. Then the next one is what? It's a tool and a strategy for you, right? The Millennium Project Plan Challenge 36 is another amazing thing for effective duplication. The next one is what? Especially for leaders, right? That is the weekly trainings like the Super Leadership Mondays, the Millennium School Training, and all these things. Guess what? You want to understand these tools and you want to know how to use them. You yourself want to be part of it, and more importantly, carry your team along through this process. That's the game. All right, that is it. So pragmatic areas of regulation. Now these are pragmatic areas. I brought this a straight page so that you can be seeing it and following me. Now, pragmatic areas of regulation. And are we together? Yes. If we're together, say hi. Hi. Now, this is the key of everything. This is the main thing of today's training. And I want you to follow it carefully. Carefully. Very carefully. Now, the first point there is for new connectors. If you are a new connector or you have a new connector in your team, understand it in both ways. If you are a new connector, meaning you are doing this for yourself, or you are a leader who is regulating a new connector, whichever way, understand this. New connectors, 70% of their activity within the first 4 weeks, 70% of the activity is focused on what? Learning. They want to build knowledge as fast as possible. They want to build understanding as fast as possible. Trust me, even if you are not making money, even if you've not gotten any sign up, but guess what? You are following that SMO, you are learning. Trust me, you're on track. You're on track. You might see another person will tell you, me, I'm just 1 week in the business. I got 5 sign-up. Don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated. Oh, you're just 1 week in the business, 5 sign-up. Me, I'm already 2 weeks in the business, so they are still telling me to be watching video. Don't be intimidated. If you get the sign-ups from your activities, no problem. That's why I say 30% can be for the grind. But 70% and above should be geared towards getting the fundamentals. You don't need to be you don't need to know everything, but the fundamental, 70% of it should go to it, right? The next one, so guess that's it, you're on track. The other 30% can fall in maybe the content list you submitted, the text messages you are sending, maybe they're organizing home launches for you, maybe you're also doing IPI, little IPI, but trust me, most of your activity should be centered on what? On the SMO checklist. Now, if you are a Kingsman, what it means, you are now done with the SMO checklist finally. Now where people miss the mark for new connectors, once you see a new connector 1 month, you are in this business 1 month and you are still struggling with that paper, they are still dragging with you to read your first year in network marketing. Trust me, you already started doing yourself a great disservice from the beginning of the business. That's the truth. You already started harming yourself from the beginning of the business. Sometimes you are so focused, oh, I've not made any money, I've not made this. See, I've learned, my mentors taught me something, I've shared this with you. He said, in your first 1 year in this business, what should you focus on? Count the number of leaders, not the amount you made. Are you going to make money in your first 1 year? Yes, even in your first 1 week, your first 2, you can make some peanuts. But guess what? What matters to you most is the number of people that are standing in your first 1 year. That these are the people that are in my team. These are the people that are leaders. These are the people that can present, they can book, they can guide their team, they can do all this. Once you have as many as possible of them, trust me, you will sit down, cross your leg, and make a lot of money the next year. That's how it is. So for new connectors, focus on the grind. I mean, focus on the SMO, all right? Do some things on your grind. But once you are already wrapping up your SMO checklist, guess what happens? You start paying attention more. So now it now goes as at Kingsman level, what it means you are done with the SMO checklist. So the grind takes how many percent now? 60. No, the grind takes how many percent? 60%. When I mean the grind here, please take note, everything is the grind. Even studying is the grind. I hope you know. But what I mean by the grind here, productive activities, those ones that will bring money into your account, immediate income. Focus on it. Take 60% of your attention to it quickly. Maybe immediately after your first 1 month, especially when you are already done with your SMO checklist, right? The remaining 40%, personal development. So it means most times your skill acquisition and learnings, maybe sometimes you go with your leader, you can attend quick starter guide again and again so that you can learn it. You can attend presentation to learn it. You can even read other books like I recommend Dare to Dream, Work to Win, even other books that were mentioned like Prospecting Rules, Compound Effect. Which other one? Prospecting Rules, Compound Effect, GoPro, all these amazing books. We mentioned those 5 books. You can be touching those books, all right? Taking your time, you know. Sometimes you can do them at night. You can take your time and your pace and do it. 40% you could give it just to still build more skills and learning. All right, I'm learning how to book and all that. But guess what? 60% should be on the grind. Once you do that, grow some capacity, even if it's within 2 weeks. This thing can be faster than you think. Within 2 weeks. Once you are given an opportunity to enter the primary challenge, challenge what? 36. Once you enter challenge 36, your grind takes how many percent? Nothing less than 80%. Your grind, your invitation, especially the activities you do that make people see this business so that they can sign up, getting people to start this business and everything. Your grind takes 80%. Nearly everything you have, you put it on the grind. You can give 90%. You can even give 95%. Trust me, you can. But at that time now, there's one of my team members. He finished the SMO checklist very fast. Anytime I mention in the book, he said, please send it to me, send it to me. And anytime I send him a book, he will read it, he will summarize it, he will send. He's not very fast in reading. There was a time I talked about one book and I said, please send it to me, send it to me. I said, I know they send them. Because enough of the reading, you will read more later. I'm the one that told him, I said, no, don't worry about that book. Till date, I've not sent that book. And I told him, go to the grind. Because it's not about, you can have so much knowledge. If you don't put in the work, if you don't apply the knowledge, it's useless. So he's willing to learn, everly willing to learn. He said, doctor, send me the book. Just send it to me now. I'm even busy. I'm less busy. I said, don't worry, I'll send, but for now, I'll not send it. The one I gave you, go and do it. So I told him, go and focus on the grind. When you are in challenge 36, and that's the reason why many of you, let me dwell here a little. Many of you don't grow, you don't emerge, you don't get into secondary in challenge 36 because you cheat the grind. If you are giving anything less than 80% when you are in the primary of challenge 36, trust me, you are cheating the grind. That's why many people don't get into secondary. You come after cell meeting, they give you tax, you keep the tax, you carry a book, you are reading. You carry a video, you are watching. You are wasting your time. You're wasting time, you are dragging your success. It's hands on deck. Because what you want to do is to recruit your front lines as fast as possible. McKenna said in your first network market, he said, go wide fast. Launch campaigns, do anything. If it's home now, everything you want to do. Spread them 10, 15, 20, bring them into your business. So that as you go wide, the next thing you start going what? You start going deep. You have these 2 persons, 3 persons, 5, 10, 15, 20 persons. You have them, you've recruited them. Guess what? Those that will succeed will succeed. You start going deep, you start working with them, you start taking them deep. It's not for you to go and recruit one person and spend the whole thy kingdom come with the person. And guess what? They are saying, doctor, this my downline is not moving. That's why I see some leaders, they get frustrated out of the business. You stay with one downline. Go and recruit. You just feel like, at least, it's you. I don't try. I don't get one. Then you start feeling that you now have a downline. So time you are supposed to go and use to recruit. That's my downline I'm waiting for. What are you waiting for? You tell him what he needs to do, and then you focus and you go and do the next thing you're supposed to do. You cannot have one downline, 2 downline, and you say that I have downlines at least. Let you do what? How can you have one downline? Some of you have one leg. One leg is growing long. You don't know that you're supposed to. If you need to carry a flyer to enter the street, you should have entered the street with flyer. You are there seated, morning till night. You are looking at the downline like, I don't even understand. No. 80% is the grind. Don't cheat the grind. 80% launch out campaigns. Are you learning something? Yes. This is how you get out of the primary. Because once, you see, do you know when the aeroplane is running on the tarmac? That's when it runs maybe the highest speed, just to get off the ground. Once you get off the ground, you can float anyhow you like. There are times you can pause, there are times you can sleep, there are times you can relax. There are some times like that, but that is after you've gotten off the ground. You don't want to stay on the ground for too long. And this is where people miss it. You come, someone spends 8 hours in the office, and I'm talking to the full-timers. Let me hit you hard. If you are spending 8 hours in the office and you're in primary of challenge 36, and guess what? 6 hours of that 8 hours is not on invitation, and you are in primary of challenge 36, and you still have 0 code, 1 code, 10 codes, 5 codes as at this time. Trust me, you are one of those cheating the grind. You are messing up your business. You are in challenge 36. This is middle of the month. You still have less than half codes, and you come around. Guess what? You spend 3 hours in the office. For the 3 good hours you spent after cell meeting, guess what you did? Invitation didn't take even 30 minutes. You are cheating the grind. If you have done all these basic things, your focus should be the recruiting. Build your front line so that you can build them deep. All right. When you go into secondary challenge, know what matters to you. In secondary challenge, 50% of your attention, of your hours, of your time goes to what? Goes to what? Your primaries. And the other 50% goes to what? Personal activities and recruit. So what it means, even if you're in the secondary, there should be this room. Why do you need to do personal recruit and also you need to give time for your primaries to work, to grow so that you can regulate them. But you also need to do personal activity because trust me, remember from secondary, you are aiming tertiary, Abi? Good. So what it means, those primary, when you get them into secondary, their codes might not count for you again. You need another fresh primary. So if you are not recruiting and you are not having new recruits, people you are taking through this. So some of your attention should go to your personal development, you do new recruit, and then those new recruits, those people you recruited newly, you also give them some attention to what? To grow. So you must strike a balance when you're in the secondary. 50% for your team, especially those in the primary, 50% for those that are not up to the primary level, you need to give them some attention. And then in addition to that, you also do your personal prospecting. All right. Then other areas of hands-on deck regulation is income target. This one is based on what? Eligibility. I cannot be working with you to come and make 500,000 naira in a month when you have not done SMO checklist. Is it not a waste of time? I cannot be working with you to come and become a monthly millionaire to make 1 million naira in a month when you are still struggling in Channel 36 primary. It is just even reasonable for me to say, let me even try whether we'll make 500,000 in a month. But to start making 1 million naira in a month when you are still in the primary of Channel 36, yes. Is it possible? Yes, but very difficult. All right, so I'm not ready to undergo that difficulty or even take you through that difficulty. All right, that is it. So 2 Comma Club, monthly millionaire mentor. It is only reasonable when you've hit monthly millionaire earning, then I can start working with you to get to what? 2 Comma Club. And it is only reasonable that when you become a 2 Comma Club member, I can start working with you to become a what? Monthly millionaire mentor. And when you become a monthly millionaire mentor, we can start working together to become a what? A global leader. Did you get the logic? So it's on eligibility. So this is what happens when you're mapping out income target and ranks and achievement primes. Those ranks and achievements, sit, draft it out, select key leaders. Oh, we want to become silver executive. You regulate it. Okay, you know what? Would you like to be a silver executive? Okay, look at what we'll do. I'll create a platform for this. Let us, we'll be doing our maintenance monthly. All right, we won't miss it. In fact, how many can you afford? Can you be doing triple maintenance? Okay, let's be doing triple. We have a team of triple maintenance people and all. Did you get the logic? You have this thing and you are seeing it through every month. You remind, okay, have you done your maintenance? Have you done this? Because the target is to become a what? A silver executive, or the target is to become a gold executive, or the target is to become a global ambassador, or to be a prime. Whichever way, guess what? You must regulate. Are you learning something? Yes. All right, as I round up, now these are key advices now. Number 1 advice is this. The Neutron said something. I think you heard it in that training. He said, please, can we read this together? 1, 2, go, please. And that's the truth. Neutron said that, and it's the truth. And this is where regulation comes in. To be successful in this business especially, but not just this business, even in other aspects of life, most times, are you observed, even when in religion, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, have you observed that all the things that will lead you to heaven, are they things you really like? All the things that will carry you to heaven, are they all things you like? How many of you want to go to heaven? How many of us want to go to heaven? I'm one of them. Oh, everybody. Okay. Oh, no. Me, I raise my hand. How many of you want to go to heaven? Please raise. No, only those that raise their hand are the ones that I know that want to go to heaven. Then out of these people that are raising their, how many of you want to die like now? Oh, okay. Why are you jumping? The truth about it is this, all the things that will carry you to heaven, to your destination, they are not things you like. Oh. The things you like, most times, they don't lead you to good places. Have you observed that the things that will lead people to hellfire are the things that are very sweet? Yes. So don't think it's just about this business. When I mean success, I didn't say to be successful in this business, to be successful generally. In most endeavors, even the school you went to get your degree, did you like reading? You didn't like reading, but you read now. So to be successful, you must do the things that you hate, the things you dislike. All right? You do them as if you love them. Because, like Neutron said, he said, there's nothing sexy about the grind, there's nothing sweet there. One of the things you dislike is invitation. When you sit down to make the booking calls, you feel so, even when you feel somehow, book. It's natural. You feeling somehow is natural. Even me today, there was a time, anytime, even when I was in my company, I'll just carry down my big file out. Now I'll now remember the rejection I got yesterday. I took a phone, I want to make call. Somebody said 419. One was even asking me recently, he said, nah, you'll be hush puppy, brother. You'll be hush puppy. You know those kind of, when you get those kind of things, naturally, you don't even want to go to the list. You know, there are some calls you make in a day, they mess your whole day up. It will just lower your momentum. Pray that that's not the first call you make. Let it be that you have even made some call before you make that call. Imagine I called somebody asking me, are you hush puppy? Then I didn't even know hush puppy. That's even the funny thing. And I was still trying to get the person that I said, excuse me. He said, they asked me if you want to see, he said, if I want to scam, I should go and scam white men, that they have money, that you cannot come and scam me. You can imagine that kind of rejection. It was later, and I asked somebody, what is hush puppy? And I said, it's one recent, this. And I said, oh, so you mean this? So you mean this man was just simply playing on my intelligence? I looked so much like a fool. And when you carry the contact list, because of that, you don't want to book. You dislike it. But what do? Just do it. That's how success is. Trust me, that's how it is. It's not just peculiar to this business. It's not peculiar to this business. It is most aspects of life, anywhere. All right? That is it. In fact, let me tell you something. That's even in marriage. You have to choose between being right and love. That's how it is. Sometimes your wife will do something just for peace to reign. What do? You know what I'm saying? No problem. It's all good. It's okay. Ask you, honey, do I look okay? Am I okay? Even when you know that she's not okay, what do you say? You don't want problem. That's it, though. So those are the things, all right? You must do the things you love, as if you love them, because there's nothing sexy about the grind, all right? Another advice I'm going to give you is this. More focus should go to what matters to you at any geographical standpoint. See, know what matters to you. I've given the breakdown of it. This is it. This is what matters to you. Know what matters to you. What should I be doing at any particular point in time? Know what matters to you. And guess what? Determine what matters to you, your immediate target. Know what you are pursuing at immediate in this business. Hammer it hard. Because look at the mistake people make. The mistake people make is you start this business as a new connector, and all you are thinking is the account linking. I've not linked my account. I've not cashed out. I've not even seen my account. My this at the doctor. But do you know what? Those things are important. They are good for you. But do you know one thing that matters most is your SMO checklist. Learn what you are learning. What is the knowledge you are getting in the business? Because every other thing will fall in place, definitely. So someone starts the business. Oh, doctor, in fact, this thing. Oh. What matters to you? What will make you break even? What will make you become successful? Identify it. You are done with the SMO checklist. You are a Kingsman and you are in challenge 36. And guess what? You come to the office after everything. Guess what? You are moving around, you are gisting and all that. No, now. I'm telling you, don't. Because what matters to you is the grind. Someone is coming to tell you, you know what? There's this. Okay, I heard you. But you find your way, find an escape. Go to what matters most. Determine it. Push it hard. They say that what matters to me at this time is building front lines, inviting. So what it means once I spend time doing invitation, it means I'm on track. So when I finish my booking, see, if people will focus on what matters most to them, booking 15 a day will not be a problem. Did you realize that? Getting 50 people to attend your event in a day will not be a problem. The reason is because we spend so much time on things that don't matter, all right? Drastically minimize sexy distractions, all those beautiful distractions and all that, because those things most times don't count. They just fill your day to become lost days. Those activities that will make you lose the whole day without achieving anything. Minimize them as much as possible. These are key advices, all right? Then this is one aspect of the business. Can we read that last one together? Man, love your team members. Have a heart of gold. Trust me. Trust me. Because this is what will actually see you through regulation. Check people that regulate, they have a heart of gold. You must love your team members. That's the only reason why, even when they are doing something, that's why you be patient when you are regulating them. They will mess up, they will do wrong, they will still be patient. I've seen a lot of people come, doctor, in fact, that guy, I don't want to have anything to let him even quit the business. I don't care. It doesn't have to get to that length. Right? Love your team members. May I be honest with you? Somebody say, be honest. Let me be honest with you. Do you know I don't have any other family I can recline to beyond my family in this business? Yes. That's the truth. If the people I call my family, trust me, are the people in my business. These are my first in line family. I can testify. This because if anything is happening to me, the people I will call on, let me be very honest and straightforward with you. If anything is happening, there's one problem, the people I can call on, you tell me, call on somebody, I'll call my leaders. I won't even think of my younger ones. I won't think of my blood. I won't think of my relatives. It doesn't come to me first. What comes to me first are my team members, my core leaders. Those are the people that matter most. So you must learn to love them. They are strangers you met sometime in this business, but guess what? They will become your family. And until you are ready to make that happen, trust me, Forget about residual income. Forget about success here. All right, that is it. And this is my sincere appreciation as we round up. My sincere appreciation goes to my mentor. I know he's not here. He can't hear me, but trust me, this is from the very depth of my heart. My sincere appreciation goes to my mentor. Who is that person? That is the mastermind. Guess what he did? He regulated me to level up even when I didn't feel like. And trust me, I'm sincerely loyal to him. Because there are lots of things he made me do. Even when I didn't, he would just call me, Dr. Omar, how now? How now? I said, come, see, look at what is, look, I want you to do. Okay, sir. Hi, but when I called that course, which kind of wahala? Which kind of wahala? Anyway, since he don't talk, which I want to do, I will still go ahead and do it. At the end of the day, who benefited from it? It has made me who I am today. I sincerely appreciate him, and I'm dedicating this training to him sincerely. All right. And this is my own question for you listening to me as round up. Number one question is this, and you are the one to answer it. The first question is what? The question is this: for those leaders that are regulating you, for those leaders that are regulating you, the question for you is this: what is the first question? It's only you that will answer it, because some of you will frown when your leaders are regulating you. All you see is see finish. See finish. You just see, all you see is wahala, work, problem. He don't come again. One of my leaders told me that anytime he sees my call, his heart. Did you get it? So will you appreciate or will you be ungrateful? That's the question. Please, what's the answer to that question? Now, this is the second question. For those leaders that are what? Regulating you. The question is, can we read it together, please? Will you be loyal or will you be disloyal to them? What's the answer to it? And then someone say, now the answer, everybody the answer are loyal. But maybe with this bush, more no. Please don't be like that. Don't make your leaders are already having too much headache. Don't add to it. Don't be the headache to your leader. Trust me, because guess what? You know what the Arab said? Kamata din. Hey, God of mercy. You don't understand it. It's just like the way it is. As we are giving your leader a headache, check it very well. You get headache as time goes on. All right, that is it. And the final question is this: for those people regulating you, all right, your leader is regulating you. Your leader is always on your neck, always pushing you and pushing you. Now the question is this: can we read that question together? Please, your leader needs to know. Because for some of you, it will be anyway. Is it not because they say you are my leader? Let me just be. These are the things you would know whether you are actually a good mentee or not. All right, this brings us to the end of this training. Have you gotten value? Have you learned something? All right, I appreciate every single one of you for coming and staying through. All right, and it's a good one. This brings us to the end of this session. Please don't play with regulation. Take time, regulate everybody in your team. And just a tip of advice for us, a tip of guidance. Please, a lot of things are happening with the new ED plan. So many things are already happening. People are already building codes with the new ED plan. And trust me, do you know what? You know, regulation has helped me a lot. In fact, for a very long time, I've not even run a single presentation because I've focused so much. How many of you are aware that it's been a long while now since I ran presentation? Like for how long now? It's already running close to, in fact, for the last 1 year, I don't think I've run more than 3 presentations. Yes. Maybe once or twice. But guess what? What am I doing? I'm regulating well. But guess what is happening now? Dr. Umar is entering full force into presentation. Because with this new ED plan, I need personal codes. And I need to, this one now, in fact, I already slated presentation, like 5 presentations already this week. Yes, now, home launches. So I encourage you to do the same. Because with the new ED plan, do you think anybody should sit down? No. Things are already happening. When I saw people, one person getting 450,000 naira, only direct connector bonus. Dr. Omar, wake up. That was what I told myself. Wake up. All right. So that is it. So leaders, start planning the launches and everything for your team and help your team grow. Okay. And I pray that everything we've heard I pray God helps us, even you that have listened to it. I pray you even understand it even better than as much as I've tried to put it. I've only done my best to represent this message, but I hope that you get it even better than the way I've tried to put it. All right. Thank you very much. And let's get to the grind. If there's any question, I don't know, but I don't know. Is there any question? Let me take one before closing. Just one. Please, anybody on Zoom, if you want to ask, please ask. All right. If there's no question, let's get to the grind. All right. Know what matters to you and start hitting it, start pounding it. Okay. Thank you very much. And God bless you. And we got on our side. We are what? Please remain unstable. Remain unstable. Thank you very much. And those on Zoom too, you are highly appreciated. All right. And those from different offices. All right. God bless you. I'll see you next week.
Now,
Yes.